Have you ever found yourself staring at a page of music and it feels, well, more like you're cracking a code than speaking a language? It's a super common feeling. Today, we're going to go on a little quest to close that gap, to turn just reading notes into really truly understanding music.
And that's the big question, right? For anyone teaching, learning, or even just helping their kids learn, the goal isn't just about hitting the right notes. It's about fluency. The ability to actually think in music. In this explainer, we're going to break down a pretty powerful way to get there. All right, first up, we need a bit of a mental shift. We've got to stop seeing music as just this long, endless string of individual notes. Instead, we're going to start seeing the meaningful chunks, the patterns that are the real foundation of musical language. It's time to crack the code. This quote absolutely nails it. Think about it. When you learn to read, you don't just see individual letters, right? You see words and then phrases. Well, music is the exact same way. These patterns are the words, and once you start spotting them, a whole piece of music just starts to open up and make sense. Okay, but here's the tricky part, and it's a crucial skill. Composers love to dress up these basic patterns with extra notes. We call them embellishments. So the real mission here is to look at a complicated line of music and be able to mentally strip it back to its core pattern. It's like finding the signal through all the noise.
So, now we know what we're looking for. But how do we get it to stick? This next part is all about taking that idea and really embedding it deep into our minds and even our bodies, using this awesome multisensory practice technique. What's so cool about this little ritual is how it connects different parts of your brain. First, you get your ear involved by singing or playing the pattern from memory. Then you connect what you hear to what you see by saying the note names as you write them. And finally, you bring in that physical, kinesthetic sense by imagining how it feels to play it. It's a triple whammy that makes the learning incredibly deep. And the ultimate goal of all this practice is to build something called audiation. This is basically your musical inner voice. It's the ability to hear and understand music entirely inside your head, without an instrument in sight. This is the real deal. It's what separates someone who just plays notes from someone who is truly fluent. You start anticipating the music, not just reacting to it. So, you've totally mastered a pattern. What's next? Well, you don't just jump straight to the final boss battle. No way. Instead, you level up. You gradually make things a little harder in a way that's challenging, but, never makes you want to quit. Let's see how that works. There's actually a name for this in education. It's called scaffolding, and it's a brilliant idea. You give just enough support to tackle a challenge that's slightly beyond your current skill level, like, say, playing the pattern with a new rhythm. Then, as you get it, you slowly take that support away. And boom, you're more capable than you were before. And this is exactly why thinking of it like a video game is so perfect. Every single time you take a pattern you know and apply it to a new, slightly more complex situation, it feels like you've just beaten a level. It gives you this rush of confidence that makes you eager to see what the next challenge is. Let's take this gaming idea and run with it. How can we change the whole mindset around practice, especially around making mistakes? Turns out, one little rule can change everything. I love this question because the answer is so simple, but it has this really profound psychological effect. We're about to introduce a little concept that sharpens your focus and completely reframes what it means to fail. And here it is, 3. That's the magic number. You get 3 lives, 3 warm-up attempts before you do the real one. It's a tiny rule, but trust me, it changes the entire dynamic. And the psychological benefits here are huge. Losing a life isn't a failure, not at all. It's actually a signal. It's a chance to stop, think for a second about what went wrong, and then adjust your plan. This little game builds resilience, it seriously sharpens your focus, and it helps you deal with performance anxiety in a totally low-stakes way. It's all about creating a mindset where mistakes are for learning, not for feeling defeated. Okay, so we've learned how to spot patterns, we know how to master them, and we've got this gamer mindset to level up our skills. The last step is to take all of this out of the practice drills and into the wild, into actual real-world music. This final quest, this pattern scavenger hunt, has 2 really important roles. You've got the guide, that's the teacher or the parent, and you've got the adventurer, who is our student. And each one has a very specific and vital job to do. So let's break that down. The guide's work is critical. They're kind of like the map maker, breaking down the music ahead of time to make the patterns clear. This setup empowers the adventurer.
the student, to go on a mission of genuine discovery. They're not just being shown where the patterns are, they are actively finding them themselves. And that active hunt is what really makes the learning stick. And this is the ultimate payoff. It's that aha moment. The scavenger hunt proves that these patterns aren't just some boring exercises. No, they are the literal building blocks of the music they already know and love. It's that moment where everything just clicks into place, connecting all these separate skills to a living, breathing piece of music. So that leaves us with one final thought. The next time you put on your favorite song, try listening with these new ears. Don't just hear the melody, listen for the patterns. Listen for the words that make up the musical sentences. What's the code hiding there, in plain sight, just waiting for you to find it?